What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? It's your boy SGK or Don Tova. Man, raw and uncut. We outside with it. And today, this video is just gonna be short and simple for real. It's not gonna be too hectic, too crazy. Mainly, what I want to talk about is why success should never be rushed. And why everybody thinks that we have to be in this so-called rat race to be accepted. And it's been going on for years, but I'm talking about mainly for our last 10 years, our last decade. You can kind of see that certain things have been brought to us by an understanding of living, the so-called tradition. And if you're religious, you follow a certain code, right? So me, personal experience, I think perspective matters a lot. It matters a lot in this day and age, because if you're not open-minded, I don't think you will understand that way, that person, that culture, and how they live, and how they were brought up. And that's really all it is. Like, people feel like this is their way of living, and nobody else deserves to be around them, to be in their circle, or they're not deserving of love, compassion, or just general respect. And me, I'm more so in the spirit. I live in the spirit. I believe in a higher power above anybody. I keep my faith alive in, Christ. So basically what I'm saying is, never rush success to the point where you feel like you gotta compete with this person, compete with that person, or you gotta be a leader to people that don't want you to lead them, or lead people that are negative to the point where they want to see you going in their evil ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I had to learn, bro. Like, there's some people in this world where you have to just cut off. You can't be friends with everybody. You can't be connected with everybody, because your purpose, regardless of tradition and culture, you have to break out the chains set by other people. Mind you, there's going to be enemies that you'll cross, because when you awaken, certain people don't like that. And I find it funny, but I find it not surprising, because actually it's just how I was brought up, and the way I'm still living life. I can't fuck with this superficial world we live in today. Like, everybody's just so fucking worried about materialistic gains and how to achieve this. And granted, it's good to have those things, you know what I'm saying? It's good to be aware that, you know what I'm saying, you want to live in an abundance, and you want to attract a certain goal. But to win at all costs, like, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why everybody, they go their own way, and then there's people that they follow people blindly like sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that gatekeep, you have people that are open-minded, they tell the truth, they're honest, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people like that, but follow your own journey. No matter if you attract evil, enemies, because the most powerful motherfucker in this fucking world is God. We are just atoms, bro. We're just particles, bro. We're dust. With abilities, yes, we do have certain abilities when we connect and we're one with God. But if you're not gonna ever see that side of yourself, no matter how much money you have or how much materialistic things that you think that people are gonna look at you as any, you know what I'm saying? No, it's more so for me and how I see the business leaders and the leaders in our society. Obviously, not every one of them is, you know, living for the world and the economy. Yeah, there's people that live for themselves, but I hear people all the time, they just complain and complain. And, oh, this, you know what I'm saying? This leader, this president, this and this, and what? They haven't looked in the mirror at all. They looked at themselves. Where are you going in life, and how is that going to change your mindset from the just blame, victim mindset, victim this? I want to be so. And the crazy thing is, these are intelligent, smart people, but they're too smart for their own good to realize that it's never about this person or this person. Because what I realize is people don't follow their dreams. You could be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't follow what you are purposely here for, what God has you in this world for, your heart desire, I don't know. I feel like you're just living a fairy tale lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? No matter if you got kids or married or not. See, we live in this world where everything's acceptable, right? And I'm more so neutral. I like to find a balance in everything and, you know, try to connect with people on a deeper level than just a shallow perspective. Because at a point, that was me. I was shallow, right? But there's so much about yourself that you get to understanding when you live and you let go and you nurture yourself and you incorporate self-love and self-care with yourself. Meaning, like, everybody has to prove something to somebody, which isn't always the case. Maybe prove it to yourself first, and then everything else will flow. Seeking validation from people will never help. 9 times out of 10, it will never help. I probably want to ask, like, why am I got a Band-Aid right here, but I gotta cut myself with a little beer bottle. I'm trying to go sober for a whole year, bro. I know I'm saying it, but I think I could do it. You know, right now, I'm not gonna play in the blame game. I want to keep going. I want to keep pushing. Call out to the people in your life that actually want to see you succeed. You have to at certain time, because in no world and no perfect society are you going to do this alone, right? To reach success, it might take years, it might take months, it might take weeks. Mind you, I'm only 20, right? April 2nd. So it's times where you have to understand that knowledge is somewhat useful to everybody else and yourself, because anybody can obtain it. But You have to start being wise with your time, your resources. Because the enemy is here to seek and kill, destroy. So it's like, at the end of the day, there's always going to be good, bad, and ugly, you know. You know, there's always going to be that. So my thing is, how do you break away from that? How do you get out of that? How do you awaken? And it's different, and it's a different path for everybody. Because you don't just awaken whenever. You don't just, you know, it happens differently for everybody. You could be living in a destructive mindset day to day. And I can never tell you when you should stop or judge you off of this, because at the end of the day, my calling for you is only to still love you no matter what. That's the perspective I learned. Just slow down, have patience, love yourself, nurture yourself, give yourself enough time, because only time will tell if things will get better in your life. I done been stable, broke, but like I said, I like that two sides of the spectrum. The spiritual welfare that we already are in nowadays, which meaning the spiritual realm, and then you have the materialistic realm. So once you find a balance between those two, it gets kind of tricky, right? But it doesn't. You know, we're not perfect. And that has been somewhat part of my life, is just understanding that in order to get what you want in life, you gotta manifest and believe. Don't think negatively. Things will come, things will flow when you are just living in the moment sometimes. You're not rushing everything. When you sit down, meditate, whether that's music, walking, exercising, there's always something in the world, whether it's small or big. But the most important thing is, I learned, is the most smallest things in the world, man. That may not be important to you or this group or this organization, but to me, it is. So what I say is, don't follow blindly. Be an innovative person and seek understanding, and kind of go against the grain here and there. Don't be too just take things at face value. Because in the world we live in, they try to undermine you and undervalue you. All right, y'all be smooth. I'm out.